day, Ruskin enjoyers. Happy tonight, 'cause it's time for Profit Review. The last week we discussed the April 30, 2026 Rustor, and that of course means today we're here for May 4th wipe. So sit back and relax, and I'll start yapping. So, what was my initial reaction when I first saw this Rustor? Is that a neon electric furnace? The first ever electric furnace skin to be accepted into Rust? Yes. Yes, it is. So, the Neon collection has proven to be quite successful over the past few years. Initially starting off as just a large box collection. Just a large box collection that ended up becoming super valuable and whatnot. Then, of course, we saw the small boxes and then all the other various deplorables. But now, an electric furnace? Okay, cool. But even after just a few hours, that was selling pretty ridiculously. So, we'll talk more about that in a bit, don't you worry. But with May 4th Swipe 2026, we saw the introduction of the Crypt Building skin. And, well, coincidentally, Facepunch decided to go ahead and accept the Crypt Sheet Metal too. I wonder if that lines up nicely with it. I wonder. So, okay, cool, that was nice to see as well. But can I also point out, another Popstar skin has appeared. So, the focus title of the month, if I can recall, is the Pump Shotgun. And, well, we might be expecting quite a few more after this, but that is a Popstar, an anime pump shotgun. Maybe it's going to work out perfectly fine, purely based on its design. I was feeling pretty optimistic because it was Popstar. But other than that, well, okay, and then pump shotguns, it's not exactly a super common sight to see. Maybe that might be pretty interesting. But of course, with other somewhat recent brand new skinnables, another Salvage Dax appeared, and oh, hang on a minute. This actually looks pretty sweet. Or rather, looking pretty cool. Ha ha ha. Ice Cold Salvage Dax. That had a very interesting shine to it. It had a pretty interesting, design. I was looking at that with, some actual positivity. I was actually respecting the design. I thought it looked cool. So, you've already said that, but the point still remains. That genuinely I'm not still trying to make the pun. I'm trying to sit here and say I was being honest. Could that actually work out quite all right? Could we see an interesting ice pick follow that as well? Which would be interesting because ice cold. Moving on. Oh, Another black SKS has appeared. A Pirate SKS. So just to kind of get the point across, the previous one was the training SKS and the limited edition training SKS. So what we see here is probably looking interesting. An interesting red aim sight, a black and white design. Okay, maybe people might take an interest to that. Pirate skins of the past have worked out quite nicely. A savage, another satchel charge. Yeah, I was a little bit lost for words, but yeah, a scary one, I should point out. Sealed Horde, but at $2.49. I'm having doubts. I immediately had doubts. It looked cool. It's just skinning explosives. I'm going to skin this satchel charge. Check. Oh, it's gone. How many people are actually bothered to skin satchel charges? And grenades, for example. So, okay, I'm a bit doubtful there. Another small base box is accepted. Sort of. It's not exactly a base box, but I guess it's under the same umbrella from what we see with Mr. 38. So, okay. Independently, though, all by itself, I'm a little bit unsure about that. Another new Vibe skin? Really? Okay, clearly Facepunch likes it. But based on what I've seen with the recent sales of Nuke Vibe skins, I'm not sure if, the community likes it. Not to sound mean, I'm noticing the sales and the prices of the skins after a while. We'll talk more about that in a bit as well. A concrete barricade, but it's sheet metal. So does that make it a sheet metal barricade? Anyway, Okay, that's kind of out of nowhere, but it looks pretty sweet. So, okay, maybe that might work out quite all right. But I'm fully well aware, how often do people even bother making concrete barricades? Let alone skinning them. So, okay, then fair enough. And another barbecue has appeared. Now, I say it in such a way because, again, much like what I just talked about with the Salvaged Axe. With these recent brand new skinnables, in like somewhat short amount of time, we have seen a lot of acceptances. Now, that's not too surprising, is it? That's honestly not that surprising because, of course, Facepunch wants to like focus them, give them a lot of attention. But with so many options in such a certain amount of time, it's kind of a recipe for disaster. So I'm looking at that and thinking, okay, it looks pretty cool, but I'm not exactly super confident with it either. If anything, it did appear to be a bit of a quiet week. Now, of course, I was noticing something was selling quite a lot, but that also could lead to a big problem of oversaturation with far too many purchases of a particular skin. Yes, there might be interest in it, but there's also going to be a lot of people wanting to try and make a profit out of it, buying it with the pure intent to sell. And if too many people try and sell afterwards, yeah, they can suffer. So, considering that, with every single Rust store that we see, I'm always trying to consider what potentially is the best investment for the week. But as I've already alluded to, things aren't exactly looking pretty interesting. Like, honestly, like, the main positive thing I had was the Popstar pump shotgun. So, I had to respect that is the focused item of the month. There very likely will be quite a lot of pump shotgun skins being accepted, but Popstar's on a roll. It is getting quite a lot of skins accepted, and I'm like, well, you know, maybe things can still work out quite alright for it. So, again, maybe I just got to do a buy order, you know. I've looked at skins in the past where initially I'm like, you know what, it probably dipped down in price for a while, but then eventually as time goes on, especially the possibility of more Popstar skins being accepted, like, maybe it might recover in the future. So a smart buy order, Hedge? Yeah, sure. Now, funny, we're kind of a bit hesitant to remind ourselves of the past. I did also talk about the electric furnace, but I definitely mentioned the issue of oversaturation with brand new skinnables. That quite literally is the first ever electric furnace. And, well, a lot of people are like, oh my goodness, it's an electric furnace skin. I simply have to purchase this and have it in my base. But there will be more electric furnace skins, won't there? Yes, there will. I'm fully well aware of that because I saw the ones being submitted to the workshop and whatnot. We saw some very interesting creative designs. Whilst that looks okay for what it is, I mean, it was a bit plain. I should give it some criticism. It's just got the red and the red sort of neon light. That's it. Don't want to sound mean, but even right now I could go ahead and look at all the electric furnaces on the workshop. And I see some pretty stylish, interesting looking like designs there. Yeah. Whereas neon is just like red. But you know what? With the sales that it's getting, it's not like it was doing anything wrong. But yeah, it wasn't looking to be super crazy this week. I would have mentioned the crypt door, but I don't trust sheet metal doors that much. Salvaged Axe was looking pretty sweet, but I wasn't sure like it was going to hold up. It really does need the ice pick to be accepted to give it a nice boost. Pirate SKS was also looking pretty sweet as well. It's just not like feeling super concrete and super confident for a very particular skin this week. So at the very least, how did everything look after the first 24 hours of sales? And I can confirm to you that neon electric furnace, 27,550 subscribers. We see skins only get about half as much as that after a full week in the Rust store. And yet that, after the first 24 hours of sales, 27,550 sales. Well, subscribers. But anyway, the point still remains, that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. And yes, I'm definitely sitting here and pointing out, yep, it's selling absurdly. Are we surprised? No, not really. No. But, you know, Crypt Sheet Metal as well, over 10,000 subscribers. That's got some pretty good momentum behind it. But is it going to be there forever? Like, are people always going to be curious and interested to grab that door in particular? I do remember around this time, I was doing some special showcases with the Crypt building skin, referencing other doors that you could pair up with it. Because I had the feeling that a lot of people was going to greatly appreciate the Crypt building skin, specifically around Halloween. It's got that interesting, eerie design to it. What with all the bones, the catacomb-esque design. So okay, cool. I wasn't fully behind it. Ice Cold Savage decks clearly proving to be somewhat like interesting. People are clearly showing their approval and they like it. That's what I'm trying to get across. Popstar Pump Shotgun. All right, you're not exactly the top selling skin, which does make you a little bit more appealing. But, you know, is it going to remain that way? Pirate SKS as well. Mentioned it. I know people appreciate nice looking black weapons. But, you know, the only other competition really is the training SKS. And who knows what other skins we might see in the future. But I had to respect it wasn't selling too ridiculously. It was making it look a lot more appealing. But if I can recall, it wasn't abnormal. So that was a bit of a concern. So, okay, then. That's cool. How did everything look then when we did the abnormal barders? So, as I switch over to here, boom. It's the night of the abnormals, and Neon Electric Furnace had over 52,000 subscribers. So that was pretty ridiculous. Yes, it was. But following that, Crypt Sheep in the Door, it was just barely over 19,000 subscribers. I was kind of questioning, could it even reach over 20,000? Ice Cold Savage Axe, selling perfectly fine, 17,000. It is one of the higher selling Savage Axes we've seen so far. Could it potentially even become the highest? Popstar Pump Shotgun, there you go. Just under 15,000 subscribers. In theory, doesn't sound like a ridiculous amount, but compared to other pump shotguns, that is quite a lot. That's quite a lot. Pirate SKS, just about 10,700 subscribers. So, yep, I had my eye on these particular 5 skins right here. But after looking at the sales, what was I considering? Neon Electric Furnace, you're priced at $2.49 with almost 53,000 subscribers. I was like, you know what? Brand new skinnables issue. There will be more options soon. Plenty more skins, Twitch drops, kick drops, you name it. I suggested only going up to $1.20. Specifically, I thought, you know what, 80 cents to $1.20 might be the smartest way to go about it. I was anticipating a lot more skins. Again, look at the Salvage Axe. Look at the barbecue. We've seen quite a lot of skins being accepted, and they only recently became skinnable. SKS is also a very good shout. So yes, I was only going to go about halfway, because it's not necessarily like Maytime only. You also have to consider in about half a year's time, as we go through October, aka the autumn fall seasonal dip, how low will all of these skins end up at? Maybe you're just better off waiting with an 80-cent barter. So yeah, okay, fair enough. With that amount of subscribers, who knows how many listings we're going to see in the future. Crypt Sheep in the Door, I wasn't fully behind it. I didn't fully trust it. I thought, with that priced at $1.99, maybe I'll just go ahead and just do 80 cents to $1.20. Now, that's still past the halfway point, but, well, I mean, we'll talk more about that in a second, but basically, I was like, if it does look as if it's going to become quite problematic, I could just bail on my higher price barter and stick with my lower price barter. It's very useful and very convenient to use 2 accounts when you do abnormal barters. Ice Cold Savage Axe, I wanted to respect it. I did see an ice pick on the workshop. So I was looking at that and thinking, you know what? It's clearly got interest. It looks cool. Even I was quite literally saying it looks nice. Stop saying cool, Hedge, please. I said I'm going to do $1 to $1.50. Now, for the pump shotgun, initially I was behind it. Initially, I was thinking, well, you know, we're going to see more Popstar skins being accepted, surely. It's got a lot of momentum behind it. Maybe it'll get a nice boost. Maybe it'll be A-okay. I looked at that and I thought, you know what? I'm still a bit hesitant. I can still see it drop off a fair bit. $1.20 to $1.80. And then we had the Pirate SKS. Well, you're not abnormal, so wait a second. Sealed Horde Satchel Charge. As I said, skin it, chuck it, boom. Oh, was that really worth the extra time? I wasn't feeling very confident. I remember a good 2 years before this, we're seeing quite a lot of satchel charges being accepted, more specifically, being accepted fairly close to each other, which then led to them struggling and suffering. I remembered that. I was sitting here and thinking, I've got to play it real safe with this. I only wanted to do 50 cents to 70 cents. Now, with the Monument Shack small box, I just didn't really trust it either. 50 cents to 70 cents. Not to sound mean, but quite a few of those boxes have really not worked out very nicely. Nuke Vibe MP5. Well, Nuke Vibe just doesn't appear to be very in demand. And MP5 skins are struggling, really, even at this point in time. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to do 60 cents to 80 cents. Then we have the sheet metal barricade, concrete barricades. If people aren't even bothering to actually make the item itself, where's the justification to own skins? And it's not like it's an exploitable skin. So I just said 50 cents. Then we have the No Mercy barbecue. I didn't fully get behind it. I just said 70 cents to $1. And then for the Part SKS, I thought about it. I questioned it. I thought, the part collection is very in demand. A nice black SKS. Surely that'd be A-OK in the further future. I went with $1 to $1.50 for that $2 skin. So that's pretty much everything then. Did I actually go ahead and purchase any of the skins from the Rust store? No, I didn't feel confident. I looked at the abnormal barter support afterwards. I certainly did question, could that still work out all right? Could things still have a nice turnaround? Nothing was obvious. Nothing was super clear that, this could work out all right in the further future and whatnot. So I was just yeah, I'm just going to avoid it. I can refrain from purchasing if I don't feel like it's going to work out nicely. So now let's switch over to here and talk about the outcomes. Did everything match up to expectations? Neon Electric Furnace, it sold far too much. 55,000 subscribers almost, and on the Steam market right now, I can confirm to you, after it's sold at $2.49, it is barely holding up its price. It is literally only just $1, and you might sit there and say, where's the price, where's the money? Might need to turn my VPN on. I've got the requests issue. There you go. Yeah, sorry about that. So yes, it crashed and burned. And who would have guessed? Surely we're not going to see tons upon tons upon tons upon tons of electric furnace skins being produced and accepted. I mean, it's not like we've got tons, but we do have options. We've seen some very creative, colourful designs. So, yeah, we've been seeing quite a lot of acceptances. And considering this sold an absolutely ridiculous amount, we now have over 200 listings on the Steam market. I don't think that's going to be going back up to its Rust store price anytime soon. No. Sorry to say, but yeah. Now, it might happen about 2 years' time, maybe. Something like that. There was the possibility that we could see a different coloured neon electric furnace. I can't remember. We had the red one. We had a blue one, if I can recall. And the blue one was also submitted. People were questioning, could we see the other one? I can't remember if it's green or blue, but anyway. No, we did not end up with a neon electric furnace set. Like lockers, for example. You know how we've got 3 in total? Fridges? Yeah. So, it just dropped. It just dropped. Now, is that starting to recover? That would be nice to see. And you know what? Whilst I'm here, I should point out, as of now, as we're just about to enter July, quite a lot of prices dropped off for Rust skins in general. But I'm led to believe it's because of the summer sale. People sold their skins to go ahead and try and get some cheap games during the summer sale, if that makes sense, in Steam. So if you're starting to notice that as well, yeah. And looking at the prices right now, chances are they are being affected by that. But I know for a fact that neon electric furnace, yeah, it was doomed. It was easy to spot. It wasn't a pretty sight, and yes, I did remove my $1.20 barter. A few sales, I looked at how many listings were appearing, I was like, nope. I hopped out, I ran away. So yes, that did crash and burn, unfortunately. And we're not currently looking at this around October time 2026. I'm sorry to say, but it wouldn't surprise me if that potentially gets even worse. Not to sound mean, but there's been similar situations in the past, and I'm noticing it, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of feel like I know what the outcome's going to be there. So, all right then, cool. We anticipated there being problems with this. What about the sheet in the door? Because that right now is only about half the price it's sold for. I mean, quite literally, it is literally half the price. Well, I've seen gimmicky disguised doors in the past, quite literally made by the exact same skin creators. And, well, yeah, I've seen this situation before. I did remove my higher price builder, but I did buy I did grab a few of these, I guess you could say, unfortunately. So, yes, it's below $1.20. I did personally suggest 80 cents to $1.20. As you notice, the highest builder is probably me right now. Maybe I might need to remove that builder again. To be honest with you, that might be the smarter choice. But will people approach this, grab a whole bunch of them for Halloween 2026 as we enter October time? Am I right to sit here and say that the crypt building skin is going to probably be utilised a lot? We'll see. Looks cool. It's just, yeah, it's very gimmicky. And once people stop caring about the gimmick, oh, you got dumped. Nobody actually seems to love you. Not to sound mean. I'm sorry. But yes, yeah, I got dumped. Unloaded stock got unloaded. People aren't really there to like purchase this at a decent price. So, oh dear. And yes, I might need to remove that barter. So, okay, cool. It was kind of anticipated. But I was expecting potentially some very nice things. And I'm fully well aware. We did see a nice looking salvaged ice picks being produced. Yep, they are. Perfect. So, looking at you, I was very hopeful that would see the salvaged axe getting a nice little partner, and then the salvaged axe works out stupendously. Unfortunately, it never happened. And yet, that salvaged axe has actually been holding up very, very nicely as of recent. Why is it showing me that? I meant to show to the marketplace. Sorry. This has actually done a fairly decent job in retaining most of its value. So if I could just show off and, like the price it's currently at. It was doing very good for a while. It was in the positive, but then things changed around halfway through June, and, well, yeah, we've noticed a bit of a dip. If it's like last year, we will dig out of this dip not too long afterwards as we go through July 4 swipe, and I won't be surprised if this rebounds and goes back up in price. This is like the perfect example of a skin that was doing perfectly fine, but now has noticeably suffered as we're currently having the Steam summer sale. Just going to point that out. So, yeah, I think you're going to rebound and go back up in price again. I certainly would like to see Ice Cold Jackhammer and Ice Cold Ice Pick being accepted. That would be nice. That'd be cool. But did it again. Can't stop myself. But yes, that's probably the best, like one of the best performing salvaged axes that you can see right here. So many of them have dropped down pretty bad. We have this that came out somewhat recently that sold significantly less compared to its ice pick. Yes, we actually have pairings now. Maybe it just needs to be resubmitted. We'll see what the skin creator considers. Yeah, it did quite alright. Haven't bought any myself yet though. We'll see. Popstar, pump shotgun. This is awkward because take notice of this. Yes, we did see collection continuations. No, this is not holding up nicely. Out of all the skins here, this is the worst performing. And I think it's just due to the fact that people just don't like using pump shotguns. Add the fact that we also got a lot more pump shotguns being accepted after it. Notably, the Heatseeker pump shotgun, with its very interesting transparent aim sight. Yeah, but this has got anime on it. True. But yeah, it's just more than 15,000 subscribers. Quite a decent amount of people just unloaded their stock, and the price is just not really recovering. Currently sitting here about $1.40. Yes. Hasn't got too many like listings and whatnot. I don't think that's going to go all the way down to like $1. We'll see. I mean, look at the barders here. We have Hedge. Oh dear. But anyway. I am expecting that this at some point eventually will recover and go back up to its rust or price. But I kind of get the feeling that's going to be the best it ever gets to. Looking at all these pump shotguns, it's just like, oh dear. So maybe we just need to have another drought. No more pump shotgun skins being accepted for a while. And only then will that actually recover. Unfortunately, I don't think that'll be happening anytime soon. So, Just got to keep on tracking. Just got to keep on moving. Pirate SKS, you have dipped down in price, but is it a recent thing? So let's go over to here again. Let's go look at the price since, halfway through June. As you'll notice, $1.30, $1.30, it's $1.15, $1.16, and then it's basically $2 again. I can confirm to you, yeah, it's like the same thing all over again. I won't be surprised if this also happens to rebound and work its way back up to its restore price again. Looking at the actual pirate collection itself, I'm sure to agree, there are a lot of skins here that are actually in demand, that people do appreciate. It's kind of been around for a while as well, with a lot more skins being accepted. And we did see collection continuations. It's just, the timing's just awkward for it. So here's hoping it does manage to dig itself out of its hole. But, yeah, you did dip low. And my suggestion to offer $1 to $1.50, in theory, might not have been smart. But if you truly wanted to pick up some of these, and you hope that in the further future when times are good, when prices are great, that actually might work out as a very good flip. And just to quickly point this out to you as well, in regards to black SKSs, it's either training SKS or pirate SKS, until we see another option and whatnot. So, okay, cool. So, okay, I mean, yeah, I did remove I had to remove my barter after a while, but I have picked up quite a lot of that SKS. So, just got to hold on to it. Just got to wait and see what happens next. Smile. Sealed Horde Satchel Charge, I mean, you dropped off. It was expected. Sold for $2.49. It's only $1. Wow. And barter's not even going up to $1. Wow. So if I could also look at the recent acceptances, Egg Basket down, Love Letter down, last year Possessed Gingerbread down by more than half, Temple Satchel Charge down by half. Yes, it might look eerie. Yes, it glows in the dark. And yet still, it did not work out very nicely for you, did it? No, it did not. So, yeah, unfortunately, just wasn't meant to be. Same can be said with the Monument Shack small box. Mr. 38 has made some interesting skins in the past, but I remembered the Oil Rig Loot Room box. That isn't exactly fully connected to these. It's just been down bad ever since it came out. So, yes, it's 90 cents. Went from $1.49, can we confirm that? No, it's $1.99. Oh dear. It has gone down by more than half its price. Is there any interest in this? I don't think so. Look at the lowest price compared to the highest barter. Oh dear. Yeah, that's nowhere near $2. So, yeah, I don't see any interest with this. I anticipated problems with you, the Nuke Vibe MP5, and I was right to say that, because take a look at this and see if your own eyes. Oh dear. The collection's not exactly super in demand. Even MP5s back then weren't exactly super in demand. So, oh dear, yeah. It's a good thing we only went with a 60 cent to 80 cent barter. Sheet Metal Barricade, I didn't expect much, but yet to my surprise, this actually managed to go above its restore price for a while, but only for a while. So as I look at this, as I scroll down, you'll notice, oh yeah, it's doing quite alright then. People don't they don't create barricades. They do not bother with concrete barricades. I've seen this happen before. I've seen how these skins, how they turned out and whatnot. Yes, the older ones might have an appeal purely based on the fact that there's not that many of them that are purchased. But, yeah, these have actually sold a decent amount. And even this right here, 7,464, still down quite significantly. Still lost 50 cents of its value. So, well, I mean, I could have offered more. I'm not exactly sure who's buying these, though. 0 have sold in the past 24 hours. Oh, dear. So that doesn't look very good, does it? No. No Mercy Barbecue. The largest collection in all of Rust. Get a good look at that. But with this being accepted, I did not see that much of a change. No. So, oh dear. Take a look at all the barbecues, and yeah. Only one skin's in the positive. All the other ones, while some of them aren't down so bad compared to others, some of them have performed and gone down pretty badly, like, oh dear. This is down by a quarter. Yes, it is performing badly. It is still performing better compared to most of the other skins that are barbecues, but we still keep seeing more and more barbecues being accepted. So gold changes just appeared. We might be seeing more Twitch drops and kick drops on the horizon. With far too many options in a somewhat short amount of time, of course we're going to end up with issues like this. But I also repeat, prices in general do appear to have dipped, and it's most likely because of the summer sale. Now, you can dispute that if you want to, but I honestly don't have a better answer. I'd also like to ask all of you, out of all these skins, did you actually buy anything straight from the Rust store? Did you actually pick up anything with a barter? Because, well, that's it. I didn't fully trust it, did I? No. And I was right to do so, because after I did the abnormal barters, I was like, nope, I don't feel confident in anything. I expect there to be trouble, and I can confirm there's trouble. Every single skin here is down. Oh no. So, yeah, you got to have some Rust stores like this every now and then, just to be like, I don't know, balanced. Because, well, the previous week, just to point out, we saw some pretty good looking skins. My wallet, oh boy, my wallet. But this week, my wallet got I keep saying W now, wow. It got a lovely, pleasant rest. There you go. I can speak. So, yeah. Well, not too bad, I guess, in regards to the expectations. We were expecting everything to drop off, so we worked around that with some decent barters. And yet still I did remove some barters, true. It's interesting to learn from. Let's get a nice little preview for next week. And, another pirate skin. More specifically, an interesting looking deployable. And, a transparent hunting bow. Redemption hunting bow, you say? Another redemption weapon? That's now, that's sounding pretty cool. Naval Camo makes a return with the backpack. A brand new armor set has started. And a return of a notable collection that's been around for many, many, many years. Oh, and 2 pump shotguns, notably Heatseeker. $3.49? Really? God. So, yep, that's pretty much everything. I certainly hope, as we go through the beginnings of July, things pick up. Across the world, kids are out of school now, mostly. So, yes, of course, they'll be playing Rust. I know some people are going to keep talking about, like, Grand Theft Auto 6. You're not wrong. But is that necessarily going to affect the PC players? We'll probably only be concerned about that when, like, GTA is on, PC. Like, who can just jump in and buy an Xbox or a PlayStation right now just to get, play GTA 6? Some of you might have both. Fair enough. But, yeah, you get the idea. Cool. So, I'm expecting improvement. I am certainly looking forward to it. So, let's now go through the next 2 months. Hopefully see prices rise to all-time brand new high peak prices, and it's a great time to sell then. A lot of things you have picked up throughout this past half a year very likely could be flipped for some sweet, delicious profits. So start looking now. Maybe wait until the Force Wipe update. Look at how many people turn up for that. Look and see the prices in general then. Yeah, things should probably be quite good then. So, right, cool. So, that's pretty much everything. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Best luck to you in your investments. Catch you later. Say goodbye.